welcome to our webinar with Netduma and Mercku. I'm Andriy Konovalenko, Director of Partnerships at Mercku, and I'm thrilled to have you all there today. Before we dive in, I want to highlight an exciting opportunity. As part of our Mercku Pilot Palooza 2024 campaign, we're offering you a chance to test the innovative solution we'll be discussing today. If you're interested in trying out Netduma SmartBOOST technology firsthand, you can sign up for a sample kit. The link is on our screen now, and I'll remind you about this at the end of our session too. As you'll probably know, at Mercku, we're always looking for the ways to enhance the subscribers' experience. And today we're excited to explore an innovative solution that does just that with our partners at Netduma. I'm delighted to introduce Jeremy from Netduma, who will be sharing insights about their groundbreaking product, SmartBOOST. Jeremy, thank you for joining us today. And before we get into the technology and SmartBOOST, could you tell us a bit more about yourself and what drives your passion for the work you do at Netduma?
Thank you, Andrei, and thanks for inviting me to come along. I've spent many years in the telecoms and the technology industries, mostly licensing software as solutions to providers. And I'm really excited at the demonstrable benefits that Netduma's solution offers ISPs. And so wanted to get involved in something that makes a real difference to the subscribers' quality of experience of their internet services. So I'll hopefully tell you and the audience all about that and how we can really help drive improvements in the ISP's business.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, I remember the first meeting when you told me about Netduma SmartBOOST. I was really excited about the integration, and I'm sure our audience, they're also eager to learn more. So let's dive into SmartBOOST and see how you're shaking up the industry. So to kick things off, could you give us a quick rundown on of what SmartBOOST is about and what it exactly does for ISPs?
Sure. SmartBOOST is a software solution that's embedded in CPEs, or the routers that are in homes, that automatically optimizes the consumer's quality of experience of all internet applications and services. So that's video streaming, it's work from home meetings, it's online gaming, and many more. So in essence, the SmartBOOST solution manages the quality of service for all of the traffic flowing through the router, both on the wide area network connection, on local area network connections, and through Wi-Fi. So it's a solution for ISPs to be able to deploy broadly across their network and enhance the quality of experience that their subscribers see.
Good. And are there any trends you're seeing in the market right now that makes SmartBOOST so relevant for ISPs at the current market situation?
Yeah, and I think we probably all see this, that home internet environments are becoming increasingly congested. There's more and more applications, more and more devices being connected in a home environment. And that quite often creates frustrating experiences when using those internet services. I'm sure we've all experienced videos that buffer, work from home videos and audio that breaks up or freezes or becomes unresponsive. And for those of us that are gamers, some inconsistent real-time gaming where the lag just gets so great that you can't really have a dynamic, interactive, real-time gaming experience. Mm-hmm. So this is becoming a real problem, and there's ever more devices being connected in the home. There's ever more internet services being consumed in the home with the rise of video streaming, with the rise of working from home. So there's a real need to improve that experience and to enable ISPs to deliver a great service. We're also seeing that the regulators and third-party tests are increasingly looking at ranking the ISPs based on what they term performance under load. So that's the ability of the ISPs to continue to deliver good bandwidth and latency, even when those internet connections are very busy. So for ISPs to continue to be able to be seen to deliver a great service, they need some help in managing that traffic and making sure that that performance is maintained even when a home is super busy. So all of these are now driving the need to be able to deliver great quality of service, quality of experience within that home environment.
Okay, I understand. And I see that many companies are talking now about quality of experience, and it's everywhere. But can you help me to understand, like, why is it so important for ISPs to enhance their quality of experience for their subscribers? How does it affect their bottom line?
So there's a number of factors here where an improved quality of experience can help their business. And it ranges from cost reduction in terms of operational costs, reducing churn and the number of subscribers choosing to leave the service, improving their ability to acquire new customers and therefore build revenues, drive better customer satisfaction, as well as drive this better connection performance under all conditions. So the consumer themselves tend not to understand what's going on in terms of any issues they have. From their perspective, it feels like it's just the internet that's not working or has issues with.
Yes.
So having a better quality of experience means that those consumers have fewer internet issues, and so they feel less need to call on customer support or customer care at their ISP. And so there's much reduced customer support overheads, which reduces an ISP's cost. We can also provide much better insights into the causes of any problems. That helps reduce those customer care call handling times, as well as improving first-time call resolution and involving fewer truck rolls, fewer equipment replacements, all of which reduce an ISP's costs. So there's improved efficiency in their customer care, fewer resources required to keep customers happy, all of which drives down costs. Mm-hmm. Of course, happier subscribers are much less likely to churn. So if your subscribers are getting a great quality of experience from their internet service, they're less likely to look to move to a different provider, and therefore they can drive revenues and a higher ARPU for the ISP. Of course, it also saves them any costs that might involve in customer replacement for those that do churn. Mm-hmm. And finally, I think I'd make the point that there's huge value in having a reputation as being the best internet service provider. So that helps in customer acquisition as well as customer retention that drives increased revenue. So enabling ISPs to demonstrate and deliver the best performance under load means that they can have the best possible ranking in those third-party speed tests and the tests that regulator carries out. So I think there's a multifaceted view of the ISP business and how we help it. We can help reduce costs, we can help increase revenues, and we can also help drive customer satisfaction, all of which are, of course, crucial for ISPs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. But actually, so with so many people having high-speed internet right now, like in my case, right, I have 100 megabits at home. It's not like super high speed, but I can see now ISPs, they're advertising like 1 gig, even 2 gigs. So is it still important to do traffic management? And why, if it's important, why is it still helpful?
Sure. And intuitively, you think that would be the case, wouldn't you? That just having a higher bandwidth link, it would resolve all of the problems that users might have in terms of quality of experience. That's not the case. It's not just having a broad pipe. It's the ability to deliver traffic through it without any delay or without any latency. And quite often, it's that latency that is the key driver of the end user quality of experience. There's always queuing in some part of the network. No network has infinite ability and zero delay. So there's always the possibility that there will be some queuing, some latency, and therefore a poor quality of experience. And that's especially the case in variable capacity or shared interfaces like Wi-Fi, like fixed wireless access, that can cause queuing when the traffic capacity is exceeded. So there's going to be queuing somewhere in the system. There's going to be some kind of latency, and there may be therefore a degradation in quality of experience. So if everything was well behaved, all of the applications were only taking the bandwidth they needed, then those high bandwidth connections could probably support all the needs of a household. The problem is that that's not the case. Some of these services can be greedy. They'll grab as much bandwidth as possible in the goal of delivering the best, what they think the best possible service for their service only is. So they'll grab as much as they can, often in bursts, and then some, in fact, will try and consume all of the available bandwidth. So for multiple services running at the same time, that means some are starved of bandwidth. So queuing happens, so quality of experience suffers. So what SmartBOOST does is manage that traffic for all of the services that are important for the consumer. So it gives the services the bandwidth and the latency they need for optimal quality of experience, whilst limiting the bandwidth available for unimportant traffic. So this is really important. It's sharing the traffic out, or the bandwidth out, equally or equitably between all of the applications that need it, without letting any of them dominate and grab a majority of the bandwidth. So yes, there's still a need for traffic management and quality of experience management within high bandwidth connections. And that situation is unlikely to ever disappear. We've got growth in all the services that are appearing, and many of those are going to try and grab as much of your connection bandwidth as possible. So SmartBOOST is important, regardless of the bandwidth. And the key driver here is to ensure that optimal quality of experience for all of the users connected to your home CPE.
Okay. And so now I understand that how Netduma SmartBOOST can help to improve quality of experience for end subscribers, for their home environment. But can you maybe give an example, like a typical home scenario, and how SmartBOOST can actually improve their quality of experience, like the real world example?
Sure. And we'll see a video a little later on, I think, that kind of brings this home. But let's think of a typical family home environment where maybe someone is in the living room watching a Netflix movie streamed at 4K onto their smart TV. Nothing unusual in that. Maybe one of the kids is upstairs watching YouTube 4K videos on a tablet in one of their bedrooms. Then maybe a second child is playing, I don't know, a first-person shooter game, Call of Duty, something like that, on a console connected via a wired Ethernet connection to the router. And then you're perhaps downstairs in another room having a Microsoft Teams meeting taking place on a laptop in your home office. And then maybe there's a couple of other downloads going on. Maybe one of the kids is downloading a game, or someone's downloading some other content on another PC. So you can see we've got quite a busy environment already. And if you remember, I described some of these applications as being greedy. Well, that's the case here. Some of these will try and grab as much of the bandwidth available as possible. So without SmartBOOST, what you tend to see is your Netflix stream starts buffering because it's played out its buffer. It's taking time to refill it with more data. The YouTube video that's being watched by one of the children in their bedroom might buffer. What typically happens with YouTube there is it winds down the resolution, so you get a poorer quality, and it sometimes then drops the frame rate before it starts buffering. The game that's being played has a high ping time or lag And that can be highly variable as well, depending what the other applications are doing. And so its frame rate slows down, it runs at lower resolution, and it becomes unplayable. And then you on your Teams call are seeing dropouts, you're seeing it judder, and the call break up. So without SmartBOOST, nobody in that household is happy. Everyone's wondering what's going on. This is not a great quality of experience of any of those very common applications. So with SmartBOOST, what happens is the traffic that's unimportant is deprioritized. So the downloads that are going on are deprioritized. And then for all the other applications, they're given sufficient bandwidth and latency to deliver the best quality experience without buffering, at full resolution and speed, and without any significant gaming lag. But they delivered no more. So it's just enough bandwidth and latency to ensure that optimal quality of experience, but without being greedy. Mm-hmm. So the net result is everyone in that household is now happy. Your internet connection has more than enough bandwidth to support all of these applications simultaneously. And everyone is now experiencing them at the highest quality. So Netflix is full 4K resolution and streaming. The YouTube is streaming seamlessly at 4K. Teams meeting is taking place without juddering or without breakup. And the gamer is getting a super low latency, very dynamic interaction, and a high frame rate for their games. So everyone's happy. That is, if you like, one snapshot of a scenario where SmartBOOST improves the experience for everyone. But you can imagine this happens automatically for all applications all of the time. So everyone in the household, whatever they're doing, whatever services they're using, always get the best quality of experience.
Mm-hmm. But from the technical perspective, how is that possible to optimize, prioritize, and identify, as you say, what's important for the customer?
There's a lot going on under the hood here, but I'll try and break it down into some of the key pieces of our solution. And it's really all built on our ability to automatically recognize that application, service, or protocol traffic in real time. So we very quickly are able to identify the traffic, what the application is it's serving, and alongside that, the bandwidth and the latency required of that traffic for optimal quality of experience. So we can see the traffic, we can identify it very quickly, we know how much bandwidth and latency is needed for it. So we can then take the next step, which is prioritizing that traffic or controlling the traffic, if you like, to deliver a quality of service to allocate that bandwidth based on those needs we already understand for each application. Mm-hmm. And we do that both on the wide area network link, so the link to your fiber or cable or DSL broadband. But we also optimize the local area network and the Wi-Fi traffic in the same way. So we schedule traffic across the Wi-Fi interface so that that bandwidth requirement and the latency requirement is carried through right through to the end user devices, however they're connected.
Understand. So now we covered probably almost everything about Netduma technology, how it works, benefits it brings to ISPs. But let's talk about commercial part. So can you tell a bit more about business models available for ISPs, how to work with Netduma, how to deploy Netduma to their customers?
Sure. So SmartBOOST is fully integrated with Mercku router products and can be delivered within the standard firmware or as an over-the-air update to existing devices in the field. And it's a fully automatic product, so it can run out of the box and deliver all of the great benefits for the subscriber immediately. And so that makes it ideal for broad deployment across the ISP subscriber base. So the end subscriber or the ISPs don't need to do anything to start that optimization. Although there is a real easy to use, intuitive user interface, which can be accessed on the router or via the Mercku mobile app. So deployment is really easy, really straightforward. There's a simple one-stop shop arrangement that we have with Mercku that provides an option for all of the license fees to be paid directly to Mercku. So routers and the SmartBOOST software on them can be bought at the same time.
Yeah, it's simple. And, everything sounds too good, right? We have a simple tool, which is easy to deploy. It can solve all problems of ISPs subscribers, improve their quality of experience. But are there any success stories or case studies how you can really prove that it works? And
yeah, absolutely. We're not making this up, right? So we have a great track record of delivering SmartBOOST to tier 1 ISPs around the world, as well as router manufacturers. So that includes BT, EE as they're now known here in the UK, Telstra in Australia. We've worked with Netgear, Nokia, and there's a bunch of others that haven't been announced yet and that unfortunately I can't talk about publicly. So we've really proven that SmartBOOST can be delivered in big networks and deliver alongside their core technologies, their core network technologies in the routers they're providing for subscribers. We've experienced of integrating in probably more than 30 different CPE models. So we know how to support a wide range of development environments and the system on a chip devices that are in routers today. We've got great relationships with the chipset vendors and can support those as well. So we're very used to delivering SmartBOOST as a solution through all different types of ISPs and router manufacturers.
Mm-hmm. And I also know that you started as a, let's say, consumer company, right? Because you built your own router for gamers with Netduma. And now you're working with ISPs and helping them to improve quality of service and experience for their subscribers. So can you tell a bit more about the technology behind and like the story behind the company and its creation?
Sure. Netduma is based in Cambridge in the UK and was founded in 2014, so 10 years or so ago, as you say, to solve the problems of optimizing online gaming experiences. So how do we create a great experience for real-time online connected gamers? And to do that, we've launched a series of very successful gaming routers, which include software that we've been describing today as SmartBOOST. And then the business evolved to start licensing that software to other router manufacturers. And then the realization really that all the quality of experience issues associated with gaming actually apply to all internet services. And so there's a wider applicability of the software in mass market CPEs delivered by ISPs and other router manufacturers. So SmartBOOST really is that software that evolved within our own routers and is now licensed as a product in its own right. And as I say, launched by Telstra and EE last year in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's a great overview of Netduma SmartBOOST. And I feel that now even if someone was unfamiliar with the product or was just curious, they probably understand the concept. But I know that you have pre-recorded video available, and I really want ISPs to see this video. So can you take a look?
Sure, let's go ahead.
Let me pull it up.
Hi, this is Alex at Netduma. Today I'm going to give you a quick demo of SmartQoS in action. The first thing I'm going to do is actually disable SmartQoS, and this is so that we can emulate a congested home environment so we can see what the problem is before we solve it. So I'm going to play a game here. I'm going to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive, currently getting between 40 and 50 ms ping, which is playable, and not surprising because there's nothing else on the network right now. Now, I'm also going to start up a 4K YouTube video. Someone else in the house may be watching YouTube. I'm going to set the resolution to 4K, so we're really gonna be taking advantage of our bandwidth here. And I'm also going to right-click on the video and open up Stats for Nerds, so we can see more detail about the quality of the video currently playing. As you can imagine, this is going to be using some serious bandwidth. In addition to that, we'll also start up a Twitch stream. Now, the Twitch stream will automatically adjust its quality based on bandwidth. So we'll be able to see that as we go. But if we go to the cog in the corner, we can turn on video stats, and then we'll actually be able to see what it does to the display resolution and the FPS as we congest the network. Over here, I recorded this earlier, which is why my voice isn't in sync, but you can see I'm on a video call with Luke, and he's waving, and that's so that, you know, we have some motion and you'll be able to see when it gets interrupted. So I'll just organize these windows on the screen so we can see them all at once. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to congest the network with a lot of very bandwidth-hungry applications. So I'm going to start up some torrents, and I'm going to start up a Steam download. Straight away, you can see on the Teams call that the hand waving is becoming quite choppy, and that's because it's competing with everything else on the network. In my Counter-Strike game, you can see my ping has gone to 150, 160 ms, which most players would not consider playable. You're going to notice a lot of lag in the game at that level. You'll notice that the YouTube video in the corner has started buffering. Because we forced it to go 4K, it now can't load data fast enough to stop it from constantly buffering. I mean, it does play occasionally, but then it has to buffer again because it's going slower than real time. And then down there on the Twitch stream, you'll see it's gone down to 30 FPS and the display resolution has decreased. Now we're going to go and we're going to enable SmartQOS, and this is going to give everything the bandwidth that it needs and stop all that contention. So firstly, you'll notice Luke is waving very smoothly now because Teams is being given enough bandwidth to allow it to go smoothly. The YouTube video, if we just scrub a bit further forward in the video, you'll see it loads pretty quickly, and after it's buffered a little bit, it will no longer keep stopping because it has enough to keep itself playing. The Twitch quality has increased back to 60 FPS, which is great, and is not buffering. And maybe most impressively, our game has gone back to 50 to 60 ms, which most players would agree is totally playable. And this on a network where people were downloading BitTorrents, they're downloading from Steam, but it doesn't matter because SmartQOS is giving everything the bandwidth that it needs and keeping the home happy.
I think that's impressive. I think after this video, everybody wants to try Netduma and experience. So before we wrap up, I'd like to address a few questions, and one of which came out multiple times from our audience, and when they sign up for the webinar. So Jeremy, how does SmartBOOST compare to QoE solutions deployed in the core network? And can these solutions work together? Because even if when I speak with our customers, Mercku ISPs, and introduce Netduma, they're asking the same question. What if we already have a QoE solution deployed to the core network? Why should we use Netduma? So what's your perspective on this?
It's an obvious question for ISPs to ask, and a very valid one. SmartBOOST offers benefits in cost, complexity, and scalability as compared to core network-based solutions. But most importantly, it's able to deliver a better quality of experience optimization for subscribers. And let me explain that. Many of the quality of experience issues that subscribers see are due to queuing in the home router. It might be through the Wi-Fi interface, but also potentially in the wide area network interface. So only a solution within that router, within the CPE, can apply the traffic management to resolve those issues. Also, as only a solution within the CPE can measure the true quality of experience seen by the user. A core network solution doesn't have any visibility of that Wi-Fi interface, nor the traffic reaching the end devices connected to the router. So only a router-based solution can see all of that and understand the real quality of experience that a user is experiencing. So we can deliver quality of experience optimization in the CPE without any additional hardware being required. So this solution scales linearly with subscriber numbers. You're sending them a router anyway, typically. SmartBOOST can be embedded within that router. There's no additional technical complexity in the deployment, whereas a core network solution obviously requires technically complex deployment of often very expensive hardware in the core network. And the sizing of that solution, of that hardware, is really difficult. It has to be able to cope with more subscribers than you may have deployed optimization to in the first instance. So there's a cost overhead that's present from day one. That said, we can coexist with existing network-based quality of experience solutions and quality of service solutions, and we can deliver incremental optimization of the experience of the end user by measuring and managing the traffic local on the router. So we're more easily deployable. We don't need any extra hardware. We scale with your subscriber base, but we can deliver improvements over and above any existing solutions you might have in the core network.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I also want to add that if someone's maybe missed this part of the introduction of Netduma, but everything is happening on the CPE, so there is no cloud processing or anything like that. That's why it's very scalable. And this is why it's also very unique, because I know that DPI processing is very complicated and not easy task to run the CPE, but it's possible with Netduma. And before we move towards Q&A session from our audience, are there any key takeaways you want our audience to remember? What would it be?
Yeah, I think the battle for internet subscriber customers is rapidly moving away from headline bandwidth figures towards being able to demonstrate a great experience of the connectivity across all of the applications that are available on the internet, all of the services that consumers want to use, and the multitude of devices they want to consume them on. So gone are the days when a headline bandwidth number is sufficient. SmartBOOST offers a way to deliver that highly scalable and cost-efficient optimization of subscriber quality of experience, so you can enhance customer satisfaction and improve revenues at the same time as reducing your operational costs. By deploying across your entire subscriber base, you have the opportunity to truly differentiate the service that you provide, but ensure that they can achieve the highest ranking in third-party testing. So happier customers, better quality of experience, more satisfied customers, and ISPs can come out top in all the testing.
Okay, I see. Thank you, Jeremy. And thank you for demonstration, for insights about Netduma. And I'm sure our audience, they've gained deep understanding how SmartBOOST can change the internet experience for their subscribers. And so now also I want to remind everyone about the exciting opportunity I mentioned at the beginning of our webinar. As part of Mercku Pilot Palooza 2024, we're inviting everyone to experience SmartBOOST firsthand. If you're interested in testing this innovative technology, please check out the link displayed on the screen, mercku.com Mercku Pilot Palooza 2024. Sign up to request a test kit, and it will allow you to see the real benefits of SmartBOOST in your network environment. And this is a great chance, I believe, to be at the forefront of network optimization technology, and what's important, to stand out from the competition in your area. And I guess many of you may have some additional questions, so please feel free to leave your questions in the comment section below. And me and Jeremy will make sure to answer all your questions through email after the webinar. Once again, I'd like to thank Jeremy for time, experience, and the demonstration. And thank you all for joining us today. And we'll look forward to potentially working with many of you on piloting this exciting technology. And please don't forget to sign up for your SmartBOOST testing kits if you haven't already. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye, Jeremy.